Hi, I'm Bart, your friendly employment strategist. Do you know what a recruiter 6-second resume test is? Well, relatively recently, a study using eye tracking technology suggested that busy recruiters spend on average about 6 seconds scanning through your resume before they decide whether or not you may be a good fit for the position. And of course, based on that decision, they decide whether or not to invite you for a job interview. And this study suggests that these recruiters focus on 5 specific things on your resume when they conduct their 6-second test. The first thing they look for is your name and your contact information. This has to appear at the very top of your resume. The second thing that they look at is keywords somewhere towards the top of your resume. Keywords that match the type of job that they are hiring for. And I did a couple of videos about keywords on your resume in the past, and I'll post a link to them at the end of this video. After keywords, the third thing that they look for is your current position, or if you're currently unemployed, your most recent position. And specifically, they first look for your position or job title. Then they look for the name of the company where you worked. And finally, they look for your employment dates. When did you start and when did you finish working at the particular company? Or if you're still working there, when did you start? The next thing that they look for is your previous position, the one just before your current one. And they look for the same things: the job position or title that you held, the name of the company, and your employment dates. And the fifth thing that they want to see easily and find quickly on your resume is your education section. And that includes certificates and certifications, as well as any other professional development. Let's take a look at a real sample resume so that I can show you specifically what I'm talking about. On the screen here, you can see a sample resume. Now, as I mentioned, the person's name is at the very top and it's in larger characters, a larger font, so that it is easy to see and find. Right under the name is the person's contact information, which is extremely important. Next, you see that there is a professional summary, and this can be very important because here you can include relevant keywords. Now, this person is applying for a financial analyst position, and look at this. In this person's professional summary, we have the following keywords: financial data analyst, we have master's degrees, so the person's education, we have how much experience the person has, and in what industry, and in this case, the financial industry. Furthermore, additional keywords or key phrases include applying quantitative and qualitative analysis, that's relevant to financial analysis, and also some of the technical skills that the person possesses. So we have some good keywords in the professional summary. Moving down this resume, you can see the current work experience. Start with the person's current position title, the name of the organization where the person works, and in bold text here, the employment dates. So you see right on the first line, the recruiter can see the relevant information that he or she is looking for. And of course, this section is followed by accomplishment statements, which also include keywords and key phrases. And then finally here we have the previous position, which also starts with the job title, the name of the company, and the dates that the person worked there. Notice that everything is nicely aligned so that the recruiter doesn't have to search for the information. The recruiter's eyes can flow from your name, your contact information, your professional summary, which should be short, and then the other relevant information. Now this is a one-page resume, so it's easy also to find the person's education section. Make sure that your section titles are easy to find, clear, and also consistent. Let's look at another example, which is the same resume but formatted just a little differently. And here it is. You can see that the name and the contact information is the same, so is the professional summary. The only difference here is how I structured the following information. You see, I still started with the job position as the first part of the work experience section, but I put the name of the organization underneath the job title, and the dates also remain in the same position as the previous example. Now, how do you decide whether or not to do this or what I showed you in the first example? The simple answer is, how much space do you have? If you want to keep all of your information on one page and adding an extra line, two lines or more, depending on how many job or work experiences you have, if that will put your resume onto a second page, then in that case, you want to go back to the layout that I showed you in the first example. So you can see it's really important to keep your resume short, simple, specific, and well organized, so that if the recruiter takes only 6 seconds to scan through it, he or she can easily navigate through your resume and find the relevant information. That way, you increase your chances of getting that job interview. I hope this tip was useful for you, and as always, if you have any comments or questions or suggestions for topics that I can talk about in future videos, make sure to leave them in the comments section below this video.